24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A new way of radio and the beginning of a new talent. MindCoRadio.com, where music and minds meet.
We are live on Rockin' with Rahul. We got a special guest all the way from Montgomery County Community College. Can you introduce yourself to the listeners?
Absolutely. Hi, my name's Marc Schuster.
Outside of Montgomery County Community College, what do you do?
I am a musician when I'm not teaching. I'm involved in a couple of different projects, but my most recent project is a band called the Star Crumbles, and we just released an album called The Ghost of Dancing Slow. It has a bit of a vibe from the 1980s. You might call it new wave, and it evokes an era of time that I recall from when I was first getting into music and really just listening to the radio and actively starting to just like fall in love with different sounds for the first time.
What instruments do you play?
On this album, I actually play most of the instruments. I play drums, guitars, play bass, I play some synthesizers on it. And my friend Brian Lambert is the singer in the band. He wrote the lyrics and the melodies, and he also plays some synthesizers as well.
Can you sing one of the songs for us? That's your album.
Let me grab a guitar. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Do I have a pick? No, I need a pick. All right. This'll be a little rough. I haven't. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Standing right next to you, and you call me desperately wanting you. Words we don't say, the thoughts that aren't really there. What were you thinking? Was something caught on your tongue? Besides what we're doing, the things all left undone, and we don't want to talk about space that lies in between. Gap that lies in between what we really wanting, what we really wanting, what we really wanting. We don't want to talk about ghost of dancing slow inside what we're speaking, but we pretend not to know what we're really thinking. All the times that we danced, the subjects that we talk around, a series of steps left to chance, hoping there's a common ground, the space that lies in between. The gap that lies in between what we really wanted, patiently pacing away, a life in slow motion, bearing the light of the day, content in imperfection. You got me desperately wanting the words we don't say, the thoughts that aren't really there. We don't ever talk about, we don't ever talk about, we don't ever talk about what we really wanted, desperately wanting, desperately wanting, desperately wanting. Got me desperately wanting.
That was a good song.
Well, thank you, Rahul. Put me on the spot there. I didn't know you were going to ask me to play.
It has a good rhythm to it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so Brian wrote the lyrics for that and the melody, and then he based all of that on a backing track that I had sent to him.
When did you learn how to play the guitar, and when did you learn how to sing?
I started, I started taking piano lessons when I was probably about 8 or 9. And
Yeah.
then when I was about 14, I started playing guitar. I started taking guitar lessons. And then just for the rest of my life, on and off, I would start trying to learn different instruments. And singing, I just do my best to sing, but
Yeah.
I don't really think of myself as like a singer per se. And that's why it's good that I'm working with Brian, because I think Brian is a really amazing singer, and his voice just really carries these songs very beautifully.
If anybody wants to listen to these songs, is it on Spotify and iTunes and all?
Yeah. If you go on Spotify, if you go on iTunes, you just look up The Star Crumbles, the name of the band, or you can look up the name of the album, which is The Ghost of Dancing Slow, or you could just go to our website, thestarcrumbles.com.
Can you talk about your own website you have?
I call it Abominations. And I call it Abominations. One reason I call it is because all of the material I cover on there is by independent artists. And so to some extent, I feel like we fall a little bit out of the mainstream. And so I kind of am exaggerating when I say that we're abominations in terms of what the record industry is looking for. But I really enjoy just meeting all these different musicians and different artists and different people who champion what we call independent music. We have this idea that if we all support each other, we can all let other people beyond ourselves know that our music is out there, and that you don't have to be signed to a major record label, and you don't need to be in the top 40 or played on the radio all the time to be making really, really amazing music.
Are you playing in any upcoming concerts or anything?
I actually just had a show on Friday night, this past Friday. It was at a bar called the Rusty Nail in Ardmore, Pennsylvania. But the problem is that Brian lives in Texas, and so obviously I live here in Pennsylvania. So we can't really have much of an opportunity to play together. But on the plus side, I can play some places and Brian can play some places, and even though we're apart from each other, we're both representing the band in some way.
Would you like to say anything to our listeners before we end the show?
I just want to say thanks to you, Rahul, for having me on. It's great that you're podcasting, Rahul. I'm glad that. How long have we been friends, would you say? How long have I known you?
Since, I think, 2015.
2015, so that's 7 years. That's really something.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave by saying, find a thing that you love doing and just do it. You don't have to do it for money. You don't have to do it for professional reasons. You could just do it because it brings you joy. And that's why I do music. And that's why I also promote independent music, because I really think it's good when people express themselves. I'll say one more thing. #TweetCore.
Thank you for joining our show.
Hey, thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me on, guys.
And if anybody wants to listen to Marc Schuster's songs, you could go on his website. Can you repeat the website again?
Yep, you could go to thestarcrumbles.com, or you can also go to marcschuster.com, and it's MarcSchuster.com. But I highly recommend thestarcrumbles.com, because I'm really... man, I just want to say, I humbly say I love the music that Brian and I have made together.
Thank you, and hope you have a good day.
Hey, thanks. You too, Rahul.
Yeah.
Good talking to you.